everybody! I'm gonna make a video with Spirit and we're going to explore a channeling on love. And we'll just see what Spirit has to share with us today, okay? So I'm looking at a object. It's squishy. There's also what are coins falling to a table and making the sound that coins make when they fall to tables. There is a very sharp knife on this table as well, and it's not laying flat on its side, it's actually upright. So the blade is sort of staring against the table. The knife kind of moves itself to cut the table just a little bit, just to let the table know that it's there. The knife is here, the knife says to the table. The knife says, I can cut you, table. The table notices that the knife is being threatening, but the table doesn't really have an opinion against or for the knife's threats. It's simply a table. It does feel the threat. It does feel the dream or desire the knife has to bestow pain upon the table. The table continues to think about this moment. It thinks about the knife's dream to harm it, and it starts to feel harmed now by the knife. It starts to adopt the dream the knife has to corrupt, to harm, to break, to hurt, to inflict pain. The more the table absorbs this energy from the knife, the more it feels the knife's dream. And now the table and the knife are living the same dreams together. They are living in dreams of a world where there is pain and suffering. The money keeps falling to the table, but nobody really notices it right now. All we seem to notice is that pain and suffering is real, because the knife dreamed it, and the table chose to feel it. Now two are living in the same dream of pain and suffering. The table wonders, if the knife can inflict pain upon me, who then will inflict pain upon the knife? Perhaps I can transform into something vicious too, so I can teach the knife about itself, so I can show the knife something. I continue to hear coins dropping onto the table, but nobody seems to notice the coins. People, the table, the knife, they are only noticing their feelings. But there's people manifesting here. There are more and more people drawn to the knife's dream. There are more and more people, more and more consciousness, more and more minds interacting with the knife's dream that became the table's dream, that became so many other people's dreams. All the while, the money continues to fall, clanking down on the table. There are so many more dreams now, dreams just like the knife's dream. Dreams of helping others to understand what pain feels like by inflicting more pain. More people seem to be attracted to this dream. Now there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people entering into the knife's dream. They're thinking up their own terrible ways to inflict more understanding about pain and suffering. It continues on for thousands of years. The table all the while is still trying to decide how it feels about the knife's initial representation. of pain and suffering. The table transformed to teach the knife a lesson, but over thousands of years of time, the table decides that it does not want to teach any more lessons because it has learned its lesson. The lesson wasn't necessarily to teach knife a lesson, it was to teach table a lesson about table's self. And now table is choosing to be different. Table is choosing to not acknowledge knife's threats. Knife now has no power. But table does not feel powerful against knife because knife is still there. Table does not have to give in to knife's threats, but knife is still there along with thousands and thousands and thousands of others that are just like knife. Table now feels alone. Table feels very alone. Table feels like the only one that doesn't want to be like knife. All the while, coins are still dropping upon the table. Table recedes, table becomes very small while knife and thousands of others become so big. And money now seems to be a noticeable thing, a noticeable object. Table becomes small and recedes away. Knife and the many others and the coins are falling upon an invisible space that is like a table, but there is no table there. They have manifested the illusion of solidity. They are holding on to dreams of pain and suffering and now money. And that creates a solid foundation for all others to learn. While table has receded, table longs to learn more about love. Who will teach table about love if knife will not teach table about love? Table then must be the teacher. Table then must transform once more, not by receding away, not by getting smaller, but by growing bigger. Table must now do what knife did to table. Table chooses to come back. Table touches knife with love. Table has a hand now. It holds the knife and it puts the knife down on its side. It touches knife with its hand and tells knife, I loved you so much that I longed to understand you with all my heart, so I became like you. In the end, I do not want to be like you. I want to be like me. And me knows so much more about love now than I ever did before. And now what I have learned about love, I can pass on to you, thanks to what you have taught me about pain and suffering. This hand touches knife, and knife feels the warmth of love that table has learned this entire time. Knife now feels different. Other people are starting to take notice of a different form of energy. Other people are starting to take notice of this hand, of this love, of this one that chose to see things differently, chose to be different than all the others, chose to come forward as this gift of love that touches and heals, that changes everything. The change has stopped falling as a physical object and now is a manifestation of change itself. People now changing, the energy now changing, because love was manifested from all of the pain and suffering. And love chose to have a hand to share love. Love chose to have a gesture, have a voice, have a presence that was different than all the others in order to heal all of the hearts that became obsessed with pain and suffering. Even its own heart had gone that route for a while, but its own heart changed. Just like all the other people are changing now. Knife 2 doesn't really know what Knife will do because it doesn't want to be a knife anymore. That's the end of the story. That's all. So, thank you for watching my video, and I wish you a wonderful day.